Well, fancy meeting y'all here. Are you ready for, hey, you can't make this up. Are you guys ready? Lots to talk about. I say we just roll. What do you guys say? Welcome, everybody. Boy, we have people on here from Kentucky. We have people, I hope we can get to Kentucky sometime and do a conference there. Wouldn't that be cool? I think that would be great. All right, everyone. Are you ready? Let's just start off with a few picture reminders of the crazy world that we live in. Look at this. What about Elizabeth Warren? Okay, first of all, before you see this first picture, remember Elizabeth Warren? She claimed that she was like Cherokee Indian or something like that. Remember? It turns out she was like 1/1,000,000th Indian, but she was able to get elected to this incredible position as a senator, make it through school because she lied about being a Native American. Well, this is a little bit humorous. Check out this first one here. Look at this. Elizabeth Warren said, "For 2 excruciating years, I have called for the return of the hostages brutally kidnapped on October 7th and held in Gaza. The president told me he did this on Indigenous Peoples Day in honor of you, Elizabeth Warren." That, my friends, is just kind of funny coming from J.D. Vance. All right, that famous Indigenous person. By the way, speaking of people who are indigenous to the land of Israel, that would be the Jews. Funny how people are now saying, well, those aren't really Jews, but they want them out of there because they are Jews. Go figure out that one, Tucker Carlson. If they aren't, well, wait a minute, who has a right to the land? I have history lessons on it. If anybody wants to send them to Tucker Carlson, I know he'll never watch them. And Candace Owens is just having dreams about Charlie Kirk, which is kind of weird. But that's another story. All right, what about Antifa? This cat, or whatever this were. Oh, Antifa Supreme Commander just showed up in Portland. You guys can read the rest of it. Oh my goodness, that is just too much. Moving on from there. What about Parliament? This comes all the way from the land down under. Look at this. Thorpe says, "I'd burn down Parliament House for Palestine." That is kind of crazy. I mean, okay, first of all, for all of you who are down in the land down under in Australia, first of all, that person Thorpe, is that a guy or a girl? Because I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't know who Thorpe is. I'm sure I'm going to get lit up by people. How dare you be so mean? First of all, you wear that stupid jacket. Oh, yeah? Well, Tighten Up Oilers Drip says, "I look flashy today." So thank you very much for that. But I'm going to burn down Parliament for Palestine? Isn't that a terrorist threat of some sort? Palestine. Do they know where the word Palestine comes from? Do they have? No, they don't. It's this, what a quinky. Did you know that the area of Judea and Samaria were occupied Jordanian territory from 1948 to 1967? You know who runs those areas now? The Palestinian Authority, the PA. No matter what the nun with the mustache tells Tucker Carlson. You look at these things and go, these people refuse to look at facts. They refuse to look at history. They refuse to acknowledge the very first people ever called Palestinians were the Jews that lived in the area of Israel / Judea / Samaria at the time of Hadrian in 135 AD when he changed the name to Palestine just to humiliate the Jews. But that's lost on history. Warren, Emerson says, Elizabeth Warren is director of Indigenous Department. That is probably true, the way things are. Okay, let's see. We have another comment here, another one. Let's see, it's something about Tucker Carlson. I can't remember what it is. Let's see this one. You ready? Oh, this one's, guys, this one's funny. This weekend, we found out through FARA that Israel paid Mark Levine $180,000 through a third-party intermediary to have one of the largest televised interviews with Netanyahu to push Israeli talking points to try to sway American foreign policy after he explicitly stated he doesn't get paid by Israel and no one is talking about it. Oh, wait, just kidding. It was actually Tucker Carlson and paid by Qatar. Maybe that's why nobody is talking about it. Yeah, no kidding. I mean, you look at this, you start getting some facts out there, and you go, hey, you got to love it. Lisa Nelson says, I won Billy Crone's jacket at the Prophecy Watchers Conference. Wore it all day Saturday because it actually fit. Hey, I was gone by Saturday. I was there Thursday night, and I opened up Friday morning, and then I had to head back because I had stuff to do. So I missed the rest of it there, but I heard the rest of it was fantastic, even for the time that I wasn't even there. All right, let's roll on from here. Hackers, check this one out. Jam San Francisco street with 50 self-driving cabs. So this was Waymo. You know those cars up in San Francisco? There's different areas. I saw one somewhere in California. I think it was in Palm Springs area. I can't remember for sure. It's Waymo. They're where you don't have an actual human being driving it. So you got these vehicles, and I mean, I probably shouldn't be laughing at this, but really it's kind of funny. So some kid hacked them. They hacked into the system. Caused a traffic jam up there, hacked into 50 of them, messed them all up. Can you imagine? What's going to happen? You get in these cars and somebody starts hacking them and they're going all over the place. They're taking you for rides across the country. You can't get out. The doors are locked. You're going, help me, and you can't get anywhere. Anyways, when are they going to get, and just think, they're going to put us all under this digital tracking stuff and then stick you in a car and take you to where they want to take you. Anyways, let's move on from there. Because this church denomination insists numerous verses in Scripture are what? They are harmful to women. So what are some of those scriptures? So this is an article that Ken Ham wrote. I commented on this a while back, but just here's some of the verses. These verses are harmful to women. It is, let's see, the ELCA, Evangelical Lutheran Church in America, says these scriptures are harmful to women. Here's just a list of some of them. Genesis chapter 3, verse 16. Judges chapter 19. 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3, 3 through 16. 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15. Here's this one. Exodus chapter 20, verse 17. That is the 10th commandment. You shall not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor female servant. And you're thinking that's harmful to women. So why would that be harmful to women unless you are the neighbor's wife and you're coveting your neighbor's husband and you want your neighbor's husband to come and commit adultery with you? So I'm thinking that is really what is going on, and that's why you are so bothered by a scripture that says, don't covet thy neighbor's wife. I am just guessing. Well, here's the other one. Genesis chapter 3, verse 16, which says, God says, I will greatly multiply your sorrow in your conception. In pain you shall bring forth children. Your desire shall be for your husband, and he will rule over you. Oh, you cannot, the pain. Anyways, and there's a whole lot of other scriptures apparently that are offensive to women from this particular group. I'm thinking, again, that goes to Exodus, the 10th commandment. That's harmful to women because there's something very fishy about why these women in this group think these are harmful unless they're up to some very bad stuff. I think so. Hey, Greta Thunberg, this is sent to us from Don Renger, one of our viewers from across the country here. Check this out. Greta Thunberg, look at this. Greta Thunberg flotilla creates 165 tons of air pollution, same as 206 trips from Tel Aviv to the UK. Hey, wait, I got a video to show you in a few minutes. I think you're really going to like it. It's about the Gaza water gods and Greta Thunberg. So there it is. We've got to save the planet. We're going to save everything. You saw already they didn't actually bring any food to help the poor people that Israel is starving in Gaza. Oh boy, all that. I mean, you look at this. Why aren't you hearing about all the air pollution that her flotilla created? You don't hear anything about it. Huh, I'll be darned. Hey, so map 123 says, did you see Allison Steinberg asking that crazy lady yesterday, former House Speaker, that was Nancy Pelosi? Yes, I did. And I texted Allison and I said, hey, that was fire. That was great. Allison and her husband, Randy, are both just fantastic. Pray for them because they are in D.C. They are moving forward, on fire believers. She's a Jewish believer, by the way, Allison is, and she's got to deal with all the anti-Jewish stuff, and she's a believer in the Lord Jesus Christ. I don't know. I need to get her back on here for her testimony sometime. Incredible testimony. She got saved working in Hollywood during COVID and said something's wrong with this. Get saved. Amazing things have happened. In fact, Allison and Randy, God bless you guys. But it'd be great to get you on here sometime, Allison. Love to have you tell your testimony. And I love that she's bold. She is young. She is bold. Going after Nancy Pelosi. Man, that'd be great to pull up that clip right now. I tell you what, maybe my team back here can find that clip while I keep talking because you guys need to see it. It was awesome. Yes, okay, so check this out. Fired for anti-woke behavior. What's this? Big Brother contestants received formal warnings for anti-woke behavior. One was removed from the show. You can't be mean. You just gotta, you can't be that way. My goodness, this is a miss. Okay, so Big Brother UK, a popular reality TV show, recently gave warnings to two contestants for their failure to go along with woke culture. I bet they would love this show. Let me show you. Here was the conversation that got a contestant named Caroline a formal warning. I would love to show you the video, but not ready to do that quite yet. Woke Big Brother issued a contestant a warning because she got confused about gender when another contestant said she was pansexual, and she said, "You like pans?" Gender stuff is getting out. That is hilarious. A pansexual. Oh, you like pans? I mean, the whole thing is. It's hard to believe this is the world that we live in. And if you don't go along with that, we're gonna cut you off. You're out of here. You're such an evil person. It's so weird. There's like male and female everywhere except in this weird woke culture. Suddenly there is no such thing as male and female. That is strange. How's that figure out? Wow. Human beings have invented something else. You know what I know? Anything that God says is good, Satan says, no, I'm going to show that that's evil. Therefore, male and female, evil. Evil, evil, evil. God says marriage is good. Guess what? 1 Timothy chapter 4 tells us that the time is coming. They will forbid you to marry. Interesting. And that you won't even be able to eat meat. Isn't that interesting? What a world we live in. The Bible calls them doctrines of demons, so let that sink in. Wizard of Pause says, is Tom going to the casino after the podcast? No, I'm not going to the casino after the podcast. Although I do have a Billy Crone jacket on, but no, I'm not going to the casino after the podcast. Pastor Gary McKibben. Gary, are you back home now in the UK? Just curious. I see you are in the chat room. I need to have you back on the program. Pastor Gary is just fantastic. And Pastor Gary was in Las Vegas at Pastor Kurt Reed's church just the other day, speaking on Sunday. So, Gary, you back home, and I hope that your daughter appreciates, and well, I know she appreciated that shirt. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to be able to give you guys that shirt. The shirt, the Are You Ready shirt, you know, with the QR code on the back, dude, that people get to take, and all of a sudden they find out Jesus is coming again, and then they get the gospel. That's right. Anyways, she got one of those shirts. They were in Oklahoma, for those of you who are in Oklahoma at the Prophecy Watchers Conference. By the way, check this out. New Year's Eve coming up. Are you guys sitting down? Get ready for this. New Year's Eve. Because I've been doing a New Year's Eve prophecy update every year, I think for what, 30 years now? 30. What's this one?
29, I think.
29th is this one. This is the Are You Ready shirt. You know this one. There it is. Are you ready? On the back, it's the QR code. What happens when somebody is behind you at the store and they pull up that QR code on their phone? They get the gospel, and they also hear Bible prophecy. Jesus come back, and they get the gospel. Totally cool. Totally cool. Okay, I need to move on. Back to New Year's Eve. Been doing them for a long time now. New Year's Eve prophecy update. This one's going to be in Arizona at Livingstone's Church. Dave Bowen and Patrick Wood and myself. And it's going to be great. I love it. Last year we were at Calvary Chapel at the Harbor in Huntington Beach, California. The year before that was with Pastor Brandon Holdhouse at 412 Church. And this one's going to be in Phoenix, Arizona. Mark your calendars. We'll put it on our website real soon so you get that info. Can you believe it? Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's are coming up. And by the way, some of you are going to be with me in Israel coming up in another week or two. I can't wait to see you guys. We're going to have a blast. Okay, did Chuck Schumer advocate for violence against anyone that isn't woke? What's going on here? Watch this short video. Let's see what Chuck Schumer has to say.
People should be forcefully rising up against this, speaking out against it.
Okay, so that was the most prominent elected Democrat in America calling for a forceful uprising. Those were the words that he used. The last time.
So I got to ask you this. Did Chuck, a forceful uprising? Is he calling for a civil war? I'm just saying, isn't that kind of weird? Pastor Gary said he got home, left Kurt's church. Yes, she does appreciate the shirt. Wore through the airport and people were asking and scanning. Whoop, whoop, that's what we want. We want people to know about Jesus. He's coming again, and he came the first time that we might be saved. And in the meantime, on Thursdays, we'll just do crazy stuff like this together. Hey, so check it out. Pastor Gary, by the way, it's great to see you in person too. And we are praying for you over in the UK because that's a crazy place. Crazy place. All right. Ready for this? This is Dana Loach. She has a social media platform. She's going to talk to us and fill us in on the Greta. I'll just let her do it because this is hilarious. This one is hilarious. Watch what it's the Greta flotilla stuff. You're going to go, you got to be kidding me. You can't make this up. But Dana Loach does such a great job of showing it and doing it. Let's just let her roll.
Greta Thunberg and the flotilla activists, they were trying to get into the Gaza, and they could not get through. My favorite part was when they put cash in plastic bottles and then threw them overboard because they thought that the water would take it to the shore and that Gaza would have aid. They're putting the humanitarian aid in plastic bottles and throwing it overboard because they think that the water gods will pull the plastic bottles. I swear to you, that's what they're doing here, to shore. And look at all the aid, so much aid. Look, they just stopped all of it. They ended Hamas right there with those two. They actually threw plastic water bottles with just a couple of dollars in it overseas. That's their idea of distributing aid. They're a bunch of stupid fame whores. There is no other way to say it. This is the most pathetic fame whore thing that I've seen since, I don't know, Candace Owens tries to hijack Charlie Kirk's memory in TPUSA.
Yeah, that is, the water gods. Are we allowed to say idiot here? Yes, we are. You got to be kidding me. Anyways, this is the stuff that they do. By the way, I forgot those shirts are on back order too, so we'll have them in soon enough. Might take a few weeks. Just saying, but we'll get them. We'll get them to you. We'll get them to you. Anyways, are you guys ready for what's next? Check this one out. Bad Bunny gonna play at the. I'm curious your comments. Okay, let's talk about this for a minute because I want to know what you guys have to say. I'm gonna take a poll right now. Kind of like a poll, but not really a poll. All right, so Bad Bunny, this transvestite singer that doesn't sing in English, or he's going to make sure he sings in Spanish, says bad things about America and stuff like that, going to be at the NFL Super Bowl halftime show. All right, so there's an alternative for it. The alternative, Turning Point USA, TPUSA, says they're going to have a Bad Bunny free. In other words, no Bad Bunny here. All-American halftime show to rival the NFL's. All right, I'm curious, just your comments. Who could Turning Point get that would cause people to turn off the NFL's program and watch TPUSA's? Taking a poll. So I suggested Leonard Skinner, but apparently that didn't go over very well. And so, so sorry about that. I know some of you guys might, Leonard Skinner, you're going to hell. I used to listen to him back in like the 70s when I would have been going to hell, but I got saved by Jesus in 1988. Anyways, but who would TPUSA get that would cause people to say, I'm done with the NFL? Because a lot of people are ticked off with the NFL, but they still watch it. Go figure. Maybe if the NFL had all Jewish players, that might change it. Then they would turn off. I bet they would. That's what would cause people to turn off the NFL, because people are so anti-Semitic. Not you guys, but people out there in general. I wonder if they found out, like quarterback Bernie Kosar, remember him? He was Jewish. There's a few Jewish players out there. But you go, what would cause people to turn off the NFL? Curious as to what you guys think. Feel free to send in your comments. While you're sending in your comments, look at this. The Vatican, several of you have heard about this by now. The Vatican allocates first prayer room for Muslims inside Apostolic Library. All right, so let's do a little bit of clarification here. Here's the problem with Jason Bratcher, Joel Osteen for the NFL halftime alternative for TPUSA. Yeah, if you want a comedy show for a comedy, seriously, I can't believe it. Joel Osteen for anything. There's people that watch him, a lot of people, like millions of people. Whatever. Anyways, we should show that clip of the guy imitating Joel Osteen at, where was it? The donut shop? You guys remember that? We should see if we can pull this up. Alice Cooper, but would enough people switch from the NFL to go and watch Alice Cooper? I don't know. People as old as me would. Younger people, like, who's Alice who? Let's see what else we got here. Joel Osteen, the Inspiration Cube. Now you can be inspired every day. Remember this one? Over 400 inspiring, uplifting messages. Could you imagine happening to listen to that? I remember talking about that probably about a year or two ago, whenever it came out. And somebody that was watching, You Can't Make This Up, did it live. Did it live, and somebody said, my cousin sent me one of those, and I said, as a joke? They said, no, they were doing it seriously. The Joel Osteen Cube. Anyways, so here's some suggestions for the alternative for TPUSA. Carrie Underwood, where did the rest of them go? Ted Nugent, Kid Rock, Whoopi Goldberg. I don't think Whoopi Goldberg. Who gave that one? Was that Pookie or something? Jimmy Kimmel. That's pretty funny. Jimmy Kimmel. You guys are killing me. You're killing me, Whitey. You're killing me. All right. You ready? So the Vatican, back to the whole Vatican thing. Listen, the problem with the way that the world looks at the Vatican, the world thinks that's Christianity, right? If you're a born again believer, you know that ain't Christianity, but they think it is. But regardless, this also shows us, so we have Pope Bob from Chicago. Now we know something about Pope Bob from Chicago. He's as woke and as gone as Pope Francis was, right? Remember the last guy? This guy, Pope Bob from Chicago, whatever his name is, like Pope Leo the Lion, the 15th or whatever he is, the 14th. Just gone. You look at this and go, you're just gone. There are some people that thought when that Pope would get elected, maybe he'd bring the actual Bible into it. No, now we find out he's just like all of the other popes. Gee, what a shocker that is. Anyways, the world's going this direction. Roll out the red carpet for Islam in the Vatican. In the meantime, do you think you could bring in any kind of Christianity into Saudi Arabia, Iran? We know people are getting saved in those areas. Genuine Christianity. All right, genuine Christianity. Try genuine Christianity in Gaza, regardless of the mustache with the nun that Tucker Carlson interviewed. Because still got to wonder about that whole fishy thing. All right. Roseanne Barr, Keith Ray says, for halftime. She can sing the national anthem, too. That would be just... I'm trying to think what would be the alternative. All right. So here's the... By the way, we have been watching people in Gaza being slaughtered by Hamas, right? Where's Tucker Carlson's voice? Tucker Carlson hasn't said anything about it. Candace Owens hasn't said it. All these people who've been hating on Israel with all of their lies against Israel haven't said a word. Haven't said a word about it. And now what do we have? We have, you actually watch them being slaughtered. They don't say a word about it. They hate on Israel. But now the people in Gaza, it's proven. The IDF, we already knew the IDF. I mean, they used to report, these SOBs did, that the IDF was shooting people in Gaza when it was Hamas that was shooting them. And they would report it. It was a lie. And now that it's proven, and you can't deny it, they won't say a word. They know Hamas is killing their own people in Gaza. They know they are. Not a word. You know why? Because they are hypocrites. They are liars. Their father is the devil. That's why. That's why. They're evil. They purposely tell lies to get likes. People say, Pastor Tom, you're wearing that jacket so you'll get likes. Let me ask you a question about this jacket. Do you really think this jacket gets me likes? Do you really think this jacket gets me views? No. Obviously it doesn't. Listen, wears jacket to make a point. And the point is the ridiculous lies that are out there. I mean, look at this and go, they won't say a word about Hamas slaughtering their own people. They won't say a word about the Christians that are being slaughtered by Muslims in Africa. Won't say a word about this kind of stuff. No? Why? No Jews, no news. And when it is the Jews, they spin it to fit their lies because their father is the devil. So, but what about the UN? Here's what the UN has to say about what is going on with the people in Gaza being slaughtered by their own Hamas leaders. Look what the UN has to say. Here's a video. So, yeah, that's a fact. All right. Hey, let's look at this. Muslims in Minnesota, watch this as they are shouting their protests. I mean, they're shouting their Al-Aqbar. Watch this. This is in Minnesota. Yeah, so that's in Minnesota, right? That's not Somalia. That's actually in Minnesota. The comment to that same video said the USA is risking a huge catastrophe by ignoring what's happening in Minnesota. When is ICE going to start deporting America, hating Somalians like Ilhan Omar and her brother, her husband, brother, something like that, right? Revoke any made-up protected status they have, cancel their visas, deport as many as possible. England is finished, France is finished, Germany is finished, Sweden is finished. America still has a little window of time to save our country if we act now. So, folks, that is Minnesota. As I said here before, here in California, they don't really, you don't hear much about Islam in California. There's little mosques here and little mosques there. They don't have to take over California because California's already gone to wokeness. By the way, Caterlin said, she said, whoopee, not pookie. Well, okay, but all right, Caterlin, sorry about that. Did I get that mixed up? Jesus Save says, how can masculine football watchers want to watch a trans singer? I don't know. That's just weird. All right. So I've got a Jewish joke for you, all right? I'm not allowed to tell Jewish jokes, but Jewish people can tell Jewish jokes, right? So let's watch a Jewish joke. Just watch this. Here you go. Enjoy it.
A couple takes their daughter to the Central Park Zoo to see the lion. She's so excited. She's reaching through the bars, and she's so small, she falls in the lion enclosure. Parents are freaking out. A guy who's passing by jumps over the fence, goes in, beats off the lion with a punch to the face, grabs the girl, sends her over the fence, and climbs back over. Another guy who's watching all this walks up to this man and says, "You are a hero. I'm a reporter for the New York Times. Where did you learn to fight like that?" He says, "In the IDF." Next day, there's a headline. Israeli soldier assaults lion in Central Park Zoo and steals its lunch.
You know that's how stuff, and where the spin comes from, don't you? You guys know it is, and we all know it as we see this stuff. A great way of putting the truth out there in a way that's disguised as a joke, but you and I both know that these things are true. Listen, we're coming up on the tip of the week in just a minute, but first of all, let's get an understanding of our section here, why women live longer. Okay, check this out. Why women live longer. Here you go, friends. The song that wasn't here was Lynyrd Skynyrd, Freebird. This is why women, this is a reason why women live longer than men. Watch this. This is nuts. This guy is totally nuts. This is insane. No, what could possibly go wrong? I mean, look at that. I don't even think I would do that. That's just nuts. This is crazy. Would you do that? Some of you guys would do that. I'm like, nuts, crazy. Wow. So why women live longer? Hey, are you ready for the tip of the week? Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Oh, before the tip of the week, just a reminder. Some of you are going to be in Israel with me pretty soon. I'm telling you ahead of time, I'm not wearing one of these jackets in Israel. I wear these jackets especially for Thursdays because we live in a crazy world that's full of lies and deceit, and we got to have a little bit of fun. So anyways, I'm not wearing this in Israel, so don't expect to see it in Israel, but I can't wait to see you guys in Israel. We're going to have such a good time, and we do have Israel trips coming up, a couple of them in 2026 if you would like to join me. I would love it. Both of them are going to be one bus only. They're not going to be large trips. It's wonderful. I get to see everybody, meet everybody that's on the trip with us, and we will have a great time. You're going to be blessed if you can make it. But I can't wait to see you guys are coming out there just about a week or so away. And are you ready? You guys ready to rock and roll? Because I am. Here's tip of the week. Tip of the week. Never make snow angels in a dog park. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Never make snow angels in a dog park. Yep. All right. Now, you don't have to be a genius to figure out why not. Right? Right? Right. You guys know why not to make snow angels in the dog park. If you don't know, then you need to ask Jesus to give you a little bit more up here. Hey, God bless you guys, and we'll talk to you soon. Don't forget, join me on Sunday mornings. I do not wear this jacket on Sunday mornings. I do not wear this jacket on Sunday nights. I do not wear this jacket the rest of the week. But join me on Sunday mornings. We're currently in the Gospel of Matthew. It is fabulous. And then we are in the life of David. Wait, I think we finished the life of David this Sunday night, along with the prophecy update. And then we're starting the book of Judges on Sunday night. I can't wait. And I get to be bringing messages from Israel. Okay, see you guys. Thanks for joining me.